10 Tucson.
Mike, 44. On the ball.
Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going deep for Brown. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Seam 6. 44 is the mark.
Now it's Wilson. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. To throw again is Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
80 weapon. Exit. 44. Ready, go.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and he's got the hook up to Moore. Touchdown, Vikings. Rondale Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Six the Eagle. 54. Hey, they're scared.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Here we go.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. I got you, son. I got you, son.
6-0 our score after 1.
Set, 70 Lion. 18.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
70 Timberwolf. He don't know no better.
45, 45 is Mike, 45.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And so much of football is about mismatches, and here they're going to line their running back out wide to the right, and I think defensively there's a little indecision. They weren't quite sure how they wanted to defend that.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Oh, some strong running. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Hunt. And some room to roam now. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
64 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Wilson. Dancing to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
High 7, let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
We got this.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Here we go. Mike, 28.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Let's go. Rocco 80. 19 Lion.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. They'll look to throw. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get them to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Smoke. Alert.
To throw is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Mike 28. Hey, here we go.
Here's Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Jakeem Grant in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
Go. 44. Ready.
Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Silver, Silver. Mike 28. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Back to throw now on first down. Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
On play action, they'll throw. Here's a diving catch right side.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end.
Ready? Mike, he's coming. Check him. Wrecker. 79 Bronco.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The coverage excellent there downfield, and it leads to a 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Buffalo 18.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hey, tight
Tighten down. There you go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Davante Adams. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the goal line here. So the lead will remain at 6 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
On the double. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Mike 28. Mike 28. Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
He's coming. Check him. Don't get nervous.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
I'm only going to be able to
the
carry
return
it so
from his
far.
end zone is Grant. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being...
It got his man complete. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Boy, it's only a one-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Forced out to his left. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Okay, break. Let's go. 70 Lion. Single, 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 single.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Moore. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Mike 28, I got you.
2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
60 Maverick.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting up in jeopardy right now.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching on EA Sports.
Ready up. Mike's by 4. I don't think you got it, son.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Open here, Adam Thielen. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Mike 28. Mike 28. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel.
SOS.
Alpha.
SOS. SOS. SOS.
Watch 2. Ready go.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Come on, set.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Come out here. Come get some.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. It's complete to Brown, right side.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection.
Here we go. 50. Plant.
Check in. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Gregory Rousseau, his second sack of the night.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Mike, he's coming. Foxtrot.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Delta.
Let's make these babies crawl the way back home.
Play action. Now Wilson. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
44, Mike, 44.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Vikings. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And if the Vikings can take care of business on the extra point, they will have the lead. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Hey, why? Who? Coming.
Throwing now is Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Watch tight end. Hey, boys.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what?
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end.
He's back to throw. Pass complete, it's Adams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Number 28.
Back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
And bring it. Orbit.
Wilson wants to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Marcus May with a pick. And the Packers are right back in this football game. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Ready, ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. You ain't got nothing.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest.